This is all going live here. So we should be live. Yep, we're live. Okay. What's up, guys? Shane here from the GnG Elite DBS team. Just bear with me real quick. I'm waiting on a buddy of mine, Brandon, to get on. And we're going to talk about the top 16 decks from Chicago. Charlotte was, of course, the first event, with Destroyer Kings Legal, Chicago being the second. Therefore, Chicago is the event where people are more aware of how Destroyer Kings affects the format and how it goes, where it goes from there. So, we'll see. Brandon and I are going to take a look at him once he gets on, and then we'll see. I think I've looked at like one deck list from top 16. So, but I'm just waiting on Brandon here. Let's see. I don't want to go ahead without him, because then I can get kind of weird. So, let's just be patient here. In the meantime, what I can do is I can go ahead and blast that we're live. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, anyway. Just go here. There should be a link in here somewhere that I need. I'm not super familiar with Twitch, so bear with me. I need this stupid link. Where it be? Whatever. There it is. Alright. Alright. That's not what I wanted. Alright, that'll be fine. Share this to the big group real quick. Include the original post. Bam. Alright, Brandon, hurry up, my dude. Alright, so Brandon's ready. Let's do this thing. What's up, man? Alright, bear with me. I just remembered, I gotta fix this so that you're actually on here too. Yeah, I don't have desktop audio set. It's in the ARG Circuit Series group. I'm trying to remember how to freaking do this. That's it. Alright, let's see. How the heck do I do this? You mean a source, not a scene? Okay, scene got confusing. So, audio input or audio output?
You know, either desktop or whatever. Like for me, example,
Headphones.
I have all my stuff set to come through my Corsair Voids, so I just have that as a selection.
Okay, I got it now.
Is ye old Marcus and Trevor coming?
No, I think it's just gonna be me and you.
Sweet.
So, trying to make sure it doesn't look like it's picking up my voice anymore, though. How the heck? Is there no
So
way to set both?
it should pick your voice up just fine, because your voice is using an input device, and then the computer is using an output device to pick up um, your voice or mine. I'm sorry, or the stream is using the. Oh my god, that shit's mad confusing. Well, bam. Let's move this over here. All right, let's see. Desktop audio sources, properties. Yeah, so it's audio output capture.
Oh.
Let's see. Yeah, that should be it.
I don't know. I'm so freaking confused. Hopefully this is decent. No, it's still not picking up my mic. No, it doesn't even let me put them in as the input. Greg's watching the stream and helping me figure it out. Alright, so Greg, right now you can hear me, right? But not Brandon. I've never had, like, two people doing this before. Okay, he could hear both of us earlier, so which one was it?
Like show you the ropes of this.
Right.
Teach you the ways.
I'm not sure if this is the one he meant.
Oh, it's muted. There we go. Oh, I hear us both.
Okay, so you can hear both of us.
Yeah, I can hear us both.
Okay, that's weird. On mine, it's not picking up anything when I talk, so I didn't think you could hear me. So, Greg, does this sound good to you too? Okay, that was just throwing me off, because when I talk, it's not picking up anything on my screen. Oh, I see why.
Yeah, it's chilling.
Okay, I see why. There's more mixers than I was accustomed to. I'm used to there only being like 2 mixers.
Oh
And I'm
boy.
showing up on the third one that's off my screen. So that would be why.
Broke your brain.
Okay. No, I'm just like so unfamiliar with this crap. It's not even funny.
Bro, I got you. I got you.
Okay, so... Alright, we're all here. Okay, do you have the deck list?
Yeah, I got them pulled up on my. Oh my god, I just ruined my Steam. Whoops.
Okay, I've got them all pulled up as well.
Shabam.
Boom. Okay. I don't know why he posted standing so far deep.
I don't know, because there's like 100 and something of them.
Yeah, he's got it going all the way down to like everyone who finished out the tournament. There's like some people here that are like 1 in 6.
And some X and however many rounds they had.
Yeah. Alright, so the first deck's Danny. I'm actually kind of surprised Danny played Storm. Like, that seems very not Danny.
I am too. I was definitely expecting that man to just roll up and like wreck people with Dende, and the man caught me off guard.
Like, Danny as a whole just seems like the guy to not play the degenerate aggression deck.
Right.
So it's kind of weird. I mean, I kind of like where they went with this deck, though, because the Storm deck, at its core, the one that was shown in Charlotte, had a glaring weakness to so many different bullets.
Right.
But this deck seems to maneuver around pretty much every bullet besides Dark Power Black Mass Am.
Yeah. That the
So,
dark power Black Massane is like the one card that like if you get it on the board, it will mess with this deck. But to get it to like mess with this deck, you have to get them down on like multiples. So like
right.
if you cast two at the same time, then the storm deck's in for a bad time. But if you cast one at a time, then the deck can handle it.
Yeah. Like, whereas the one that played the swap engine had a hard time with Crisis Crusher to a degree, had a hard time with Striving for sure.
Stripe
Uh,
like wreck that deck.
Now, the deck still does struggle with Whis and Borgos and
Yes.
Veku, so that's
Yeah.
worth noting.
Yeah.
But still not quite as bad.
Yeah, I talked to him for a second, and he's just like, if someone put down like a Borgos and a Black Power Massan, it was terrible because he couldn't Crisis Crusher both of them.
Yeah, that just seems to be the key. Like, that happened to me in Crestview Saturday. He went turn 3, play a Whis, awaken, untap 1, play another Whis, and I was like, oh, okay, I lose.
Yeah, against Corey at my locals, I just played Striving Goku to be the best turn two, and he's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, freaking, when I played RJ, I think it was game 3, he went Striving, awaken, Striving, and I was like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, the best line is either do double Striving or turn one Borgos, turn two Striving, turn three another Borgos,
Yep.
and they haven't seen Crisis Crusher yet, and they're like, okay, well, I can't do anything to this, and I'm just not gonna play the game.
Okay, so for anybody who can't quite see this, Danny is playing, obviously, the Super Dragon Ball leader to Time Walk and take an extra turn. He's playing 4 Explorer Bulma, 4 Fearless Assault Krillin, which is the 1-drop crit Krillin, 4 Purpose of Recovery Goku, 4 Temporal Rescue Trunks. I don't know, I still like the 4 Life Super combo, but I realize I'm in the minority on that one. Maybe it will, no, it probably makes more sense in this deck to play the Sparking one, because you're not Bardocking all your life away. So yeah, no, temporal I think does make more sense here. Whereas in the swap version, I think the 4 life one made more sense. 2 Dragon Ball Seeker Sorbet. I think it's pretty clear here. Danny's trying to awaken on turn 2 every game.
Oh yeah,
He's trying to turn 2, awaken, free Child's Wish, play a Bulma to untap 2 energy, and just go in.
yeah, because like the one thing I've noticed with this deck is if it doesn't await if it can't go off as soon as possible, it's in for a really bad time.
Yeah, I know. Like playing this more stormier version with the swap and all that. If you like awoken on turn 2 and you cast a Child's Wish for free on a Bulma, like you pretty much won that game 90% of the time. Like
Right.
you were just able to snowball. 2 Crisis Crusher, which seems to be pretty standard for this deck, just so they don't auto lose to like yellow and blue decks. 2 Hidden Power East Kai, that's pretty typical. He was playing 1 Source Power Son Goku and 1 Mira, so he's going the Mira route instead of Fu, but that's just going to help him lock down a game. And then Source of Power also makes sense since he's not playing Bardock, he needs some way to take his life, and Source of Power is that way to take his life.
Right.
And you can Child's Wish it, and if not, you can just play it like you draw through your whole deck. You're going to play it one way or the other. So
Source of Power is just a good card.
yeah, I actually got rid of my playset.
I've never owned a playset.
I
So.
have exactly 1 Judge Foil.
Oof, I have no foil.
Let's see, 4 Dragon Radar. So he's going way in on Child. Like, okay, that's pretty interesting. 4 Sensu Bean, 4 Child's Wish, 1 Bad Ring, 7 Balls, 4 Ambition, 1 Nimbus. So that's relatively standard. You know, they are
Yeah.
going for the little bit of blue package, so they're playing Bean and Preface. Preface essentially is just a 1-drop 15k.
Yeah, it's an additional target for Child's Wish that doesn't get stopped by the Strivane.
Yep. And like worst case scenario, that turn where you're gonna time walk and go again, he's just a 1-drop 15k. And that's what this deck kind of wants. Like, I'm sure if you're playing against, like, if you're not worried about Dark Power Black Mass and stuff, like, you can easily trim the Crisis Crushers to bring in TNs against any red or blue deck. Another one drop 15k.
Yeah.
I mean, only one battering laser is kind of interesting. It is kind of risky to mill it with Bulma, but eh.
I 100% am a firm believer that battering should always be at 2 if it's being ran.
Yeah,
Because
especially when you're milling, like, 10 cards
yeah,
out of your deck, usually most games.
either you mill it or it's in your life and you're just like, well, it was good in
Yeah,
theory, but I never saw it because it was in these other places where it's not supposed to be.
right. And I will say, a lot of people, I think, where people go wrong with this deck, and it's something that took me a little bit while to realize, you always want to play Personal Ambition because it's a free Upstart Goblin, but typically that's going to be your yellow energy. It's just usually the worst card in your hand.
Right.
It's usually going to be your yellow energy, whether
It's
that be
the
your first one or your second one.
it's the upstart goblin of the deck.
Yeah, like, you want to play it every time, and it feels great to play it, but you can't jeopardize your hand to keep it. That's where a lot of people go wrong. Let's see, sideboard, 2 more Nimbus, obviously, for the mirror match. 2 TN, that's pretty standard. 2 Haru Haru, again, was not being played last week in the sideboards for this type of deck,
No.
but it should have been. 2 Crusher Balls, pretty standard, because Broly's OP. 3 Dark Power Black Massan, it's probably going to be a staple this format.
Oh yeah, 100%. That
Uh,
card's good against so many decks right now.
Everyone's cheating things into play.
I cut pans from my side so I can just put 3 of that card in there.
Yep. 2 Striving Goku, obviously for the mirror match. Another Crisis Crusher. And 1 of Godly Destruction Whis.
That's
Whis
the
probably
yellow
feel...
Borgos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure
that's
he
good.
wanted more than 1, just could only fit 1.
Probably.
Like, 1 seems like such an awkward number for that, but it's probably just because he wanted it in some capacity, but it can only fit 1. Okay, deck list number 2. Devin Wilkerson. Oh, he played Pan. Neat. Looks to be just a pretty typical Pan deck. 4 Everybody's Pal Yamcha, 3 Double Shot, 2 Glory Obsessed, 4 Super Combos, 4 Chain Attack. All in on 4 Fearless Pan, though. I like that. Marcus would be happy to see that.
More fearless pan, more power.
Pretty much. 4 1-drop crit trunks, 3 burst attack, 3 digging deep. Looks like I think that's a 1. It's either a 1 or a 2 scientist move. His handwriting's kind of weird, I can't tell.
Is
Looks like a 1, I think.
I think it's a 1. I don't
Looks
know.
kind
I
of
would
looks like a
count
2.
everything.
Oh, it's got to be a 1. He's playing 2 time patrol. 3 Forcing Hit, 3 Zeno, 1 Frieza Secret Rare, 4 After Image, a 1 of Is That All You've Got, 2 Vegeta Agent of Destruction, and 2 Bodyguard Legend. So his negate count makes sense. Is absolutely amazing of a card. Is That All You Got? After Image is just better most of the time.
Right.
It's free when you need it to be free, and that's what matters.
And that card, like if it's like a Hail Mary, it just saves you.
Now, that does, like, obviously, it's still a great card, and that's why he's sideboarding 2 more copies of it, because he's going to bring them in when he can. But game 1, you kind of have to have After Image. Vegeta, Agent of Destruction's pretty much the only card from the new set in here, but that's pretty... Everyone pretty much expected Pan and the red decks to pick up this card in some capacity.
Yeah. I always feel like a pan deck is kind of like a modern deck where like over the course of formats it changes by like maybe 3 or 4 cards at a time, if that, and it just pretty much stays like the same throughout.
Right. I forgot. I should probably open up Twitch on my phone. Well, just kidding. I don't remember the login info. Never
Hell
mind.
yeah.
I was going to look at the chat, but never mind.
Going in blind.
I don't remember the login info. So his sideboard, 2 Is That All You've Got, 2 Haru Haru, 2 Killy Zone. You have to have Killy Zone in a Cold Bloodlust format. Like, it's just that simple. 2 TN, 2 Tau. So he was worried about some kind of hand destruction deck. I'm not sure which one. Probably Slug. 2 Sand Kaba. 1 5-drop Mass Sand. 2-dimensional Banisher Fu is going to be for Broly. And 1 Fu Shrouded Mystery to help him with the Janimba matchup. So that makes sense. Let's see. Deck list number 3, Danny's boy, Anthony Mikolev. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know.
That's a good question.
It's the Vanilla Goku deck. So he's playing the blue variant. Seems to be pretty standard nowadays. 3 Awakening Talent Pan, 1 Deborah, 3 Great Saiyaman. God, I went full idiot for a second. I got so confused. I was like, why is he only playing 3 super combos? I'm like, oh wait, that's not super combo. Okay. 4 Bonds of Friendship Android 8, 4 Temporal Rescue Trunks, 2 Hidden Power E Supreme Kai, 3 Training Buddy Krillin.
I like how he put Supreme Guy.
Where? Oh.
Hidden Power
Supreme
is Supreme Guy.
Well, it's for Scientist Fu, he put Science Man.
I like it.
The only reason I knew what card it was because at this point I have promo 036 like ingrained in my head. 4 Kid Goku, 1 Beyond Darkness Demigra, 4 Super Saiyan Vegeta and 4 Super Saiyan Goku, 4 Bean, 2 Aetorade, 4 Power Burst, 5 4-star Ball. So at least when I made the video like a month and a half ago for this Kid Goku deck, even though I wasn't on the right color, I was correct on what was going to end up being the count on balls.
Yeah.
5 seems to always be the right. Like 7's just too many, 4
Yeah.
is too little, 5 is just right.
I've seen like 1 or 2 lists that ran 4. Like I was talking to someone the other day, and I was like, I feel like 4 is a good number, but 5 is also a really good number, and that seems to be like the number that everyone is going with. So I don't play the deck, so I'll take their word on it.
That, and once again, we're seeing here that free negates are good because 4 Power Burst.
Yeah.
That and Power Burst also recycles the 1-drop Kid Goku because it's a 1-drop black card.
Yeah, that card's real good.
Sideboard Ultimate Fusion Gogeta makes sense. 1 Gogeta Hero Revived. That's kind of weird.
It's random.
Like, I'm assuming that's not for Janemba because I'm sure he dies before he gets to 7 energy. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that's for.
I haven't even gotten
Oh no,
a test
he
against this
can
deck
fuse
because
it.
no one
I'm
here has
dumb.
it.
He can fuse it. He can play it on turn 5 if he draws it. But it's a 1-of, so odds of him drawing it are slim to none. I don't know. Still weird. Time Control Cronoa makes sense. 2 Bardock Fully Unleashed. I'm not sure what that is.
I think that's that 4-drop Bardock that can attack active cards. Let me go check.
No, that's SS. That's like burst energy.
Let me go
Is it
look it up.
Is it the
Oh,
champion pack one?
Yeah, it's the Bardock Fully Unleashed, right?
It's a champion pack one with a black background.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you play it and like
it's the 5-drop. If you overwhelm it,
warps
choose all
everything?
it chooses all your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 6 or more and sends them to warp.
Okay, so it's a way to play around like Broly and all that stuff. Neat.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
Overwhelm 5 for 25.
Yeah, I know Marquise was trying to pick some up when Set 6 like spoilers came out. 2 TN, 1 Mafuba, 2 Crisis Crusher, 1 Kami, 1 Mass Sand, 1 Haru Haru, 1 Training Buddy Krillin. Seems pretty standard for the most part. There's a lot of 1-ofs in the sideboard, though. I don't know how I feel about that.
I was just about to say that.
Like, I would have rather... Like, I don't see the point of Haru Haru if you're only playing 1. Like,
yeah, same thing with Kami.
I would prefer 2 Ultimate Fusion Gogeta, personally. I think that card's nuts.
Yes.
Also, don't see the point of only 1 Mafuba. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like you'll never see it when you actually need it. You'll either draw it too early and be like, well, this is just a card sitting in my hand, or you'll draw it too late and you're like, oh, well, my face is off now, so it doesn't matter.
Like, and I'm sure there's a reason for this Gogeta Hero Revive, I'm just not sure what it is. I don't know. Anyway, next list. Jordan Beard. I did watch his deck profile. It was really nice. It's pretty much the same deck as Danny. 4 Bulma, just 1 Sorbet, 4 Fearless Assault Krillin, 1 Source of Power, 4 Preface, 2 Crisis Crusher, 4 Super Combo. He upped Supreme Kai to 3, though. That's pretty weird. 1 Mira, 4 Child's Wish, 4 Radar, 4 Bean, 4 Ambition, 7 Balls, 2 Nimbus, 1 Bad Ring. His sideboard is a little bit different with a card that I enjoy for this deck. So 3 Haru Haru, 3 TN, 2 Striving, and then he's playing 2 of the Harmonic Energy Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, which I think this deck has to be sideboarding. I'm not sure why Danny wasn't. 2 Crusher Ball, 2 Battering, 1 Nimbus. So the big difference here being the Harmonic Energy.
Yeah.
You Child's Wish it. It gives one of your opponent's battle cards ignoring barrier minus 10,000. So it kills their Striving. It kills their Veku. Now, granted, with this deck, I don't think you really need to worry about Striving as much, because most of your stuff's not a 2-drop. Like, Fearless Assault Krillin is about the only thing they're stopping with Striving. So, honestly, I don't think you're really going to have to worry about people sideboarding that card in once they know that this deck. Because sideboarding something in just to stop the Krillin isn't really smart. There's just better things. Okay, well, granted, it does stop the Sorbet too, but I don't know. It just seems like you're not stopping enough. So, they might not go that route. But the Harmonic Energy Vegeta helps against like the 5-drop Veku. That's gonna help the ramp deck's ramp. If you KO it, well, you're not KOing it. If you kill it by negging power, it doesn't get its effect because it's not being KO'd. So, card's really good. I forget the other thing it helps with. Striving, that, and something else, but I can't remember what it is.
I can only think of the Striving and the Veku.
It's something like that. There's like one more, but I don't remember what it is. Anyway.
The only reason I know about it is because the immediate answer I like was told about for the Veku, because I was concerned about the Veku matchup at first, and they're like, oh, Harmonic Energy SSG Vegeta.
Right.
Just neg 10 the Veku. I'm like, okay.
Yep, that was I only knew about it because Richard Zapp told me about it like 2 days before the tournament. I still have like barely read most of the cards from set 6 because I haven't had time to play around with them, which is why I haven't been posting videos. My bad.
It's like I know nothing about the Skillless Goku deck because no one here plays it, so I haven't actually got to interact with the deck yet.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be playing this version of Storm this weekend, though.
Let me know how it goes. I'm pretty sure probably the 2 people that played at my locals are probably going to convert onto it as well. So we'll see.
And it won't do them much good if Brandon keeps cheating.
Bro. Bro.
Using leader negates when you're not awakened as Janemba.
Shit happens.
The best part is neither you or your opponent noticed. Me playing my game next to you noticed.
You just like glimpsed over at the ideal opportunity. And if you hadn't like said anything, we would have went about like the rest of the day not even realizing what happened.
Yeah, I know.
The reason that happened is because that game was the 3rd game in like a course of like a day or 2 that we've had to play each other for a tournament, and every game played out the same way. Turn 3, he did an X thing, foo, time walk, mill some stuff, foo again. It was like literally just play for play the exact same play all 3 games. So it was just like habit. Cool, he's gonna do this. I negate with Dimension Magic. He swings. Cool, leader negate because I'm already awakened. So me thinking I awoke already was just like, I'm gonna dish this 3-drop blue card for leader negate. And he's like, all right, cool. Well, you win.
Yeah, like when I watched it happen, I was like, what are they doing? But it's not my game. I can't say anything.
Right.
It's not my match. I can go get a judge, but that's it. I can't get up. I'm in the middle of my own match.
I was so puzzled when you're like, how'd you stop that? I'm like, what are you talking about?
Because I was trying to get y'all to realize it. And then it dawned on him. And
it took like 5 minutes. It took 5 minutes for it to click. Like, oh no.
Yeah. Because you had, I think the reason you got mixed up was because you had like double beamed or something.
Yeah. I had restood some energy. And it just, I don't know. I just overlooked it.
All I remembered was looking over, seeing you discard a card saying, I'll use the leader negate. And looking down and seeing a fat Janemba. And I was like, what?
Happens.
Okay, so moving forward, we have another vanilla Goku deck. 4 Super Combo, 2 Super Saiyan Vegeta, 3 Super Saiyan Son Goku. He was mainboarding Dark Power Black Mass Saiyan as a 1-of. 3 Awakening Talent Pan, 3 Training Buddy Krillin, 3 Hidden Power Isekai, 4 Bonds of Friendship Android 8, 4 Son Goku The Adventure Begins, 4 Deborah, 3 Dimension Support Trunks, 2 Dimensional Banisher Fu. Personally, I like this list a little bit more. Oh, I'm sorry, also 4 Bean, 4 Power Burst, and 6 4-star Ball. So he is upping the 4-star ball count. But the things I like more are Dimension Support, Dark Power Black Mass Sand. That's why I like this list more.
Yeah.
I think you need dimension support for added pressure, personally. It's going to help you punish these decks that are taking their life fast by having more pressure coming at them. It's also going to help you against decks like Janemba that are not taking their life at all by being able to push damage.
Yeah, just get it. Critical is the worst. I hate critical.
And
being able to just like play this card, have him as a 15k body, and then have just play a skillless 2-drop or less, and then give it crit is just aggravating to deal with.
like
It's such like free pressure.
The only thing I think I would have done is maybe minus a 4-star ball for a second Dark Power Black Mass Sand in the main board.
Yeah, man, one-ofs are so weird.
The only one of I think I will ever approve of is Champa.
Yeah.
Other than that, like cards I actually want to see, I don't want a one of. I want at least 2.
One of Champa / Kai and like one of Godstrike. Like teching one copy of Godstrike in the main's not terrible. But stuff like that are like bullets against a certain, broad spectrum of decks. You need like 2-3 copies in the main if you're gonna main deck it, not one, because then you won't see it when you need to see it.
Right. Sideboard, another copy of Dark Power Black Mass Sand, 2 Mass Sand Mysterious Warrior. That's been a real common trend, Mysterious Warrior. Real common trend that we haven't seen in at least a few formats. I don't think we've seen Mysterious Warrior heavily in sideboards since like Nationals format. 3 Haru Haru, 4 Burnish Bonds Borgos, 3 TN, 1 Aetorade, and 1 Godstrike. That's a neat little judge stamp. Let's see. Next we have Brandon something or other. Another Bond of Friendship Goku. One of Witchmaker Dende. That's kind of weird. 1 Beyond Darkness Demigra. 4 Super Combo. 3 Fearless Assault Krillin. 4 Super Saiyan Son Goku. So that's going to be the vanilla. Then 4 Sun Goku, which is going to be the vanilla 30k. 2 Training Buddy Krillin. 2 Great Saiyaman. 3 Furthering Destruction Champa. 4 Sun Goku The Adventure Begins, 4 Bonds of Friendship Android 8, 4 Beam, 4 Power Burst. That looks like 5 4-star ball.
Yeah, that's 5.
3 Aetorade, 2 I'm the World Champion. So this is, I think, the first dual color one we've seen. And I'm not super thrilled about playing dual color with a deck that's already heavily in black. But if it works, it works.
Yeah, that's one of those things like if it works for the person, cool, but if I did it, I would break.
Yeah, charging's got to be real awkward. And
I would stare at my cards and be like, wait, I charged a blue, or I charged a black, and I need X blue. Okay, well, I'ma just do this minuscule play for the turn and pass.
6, 10. Like, there's only 10 blue cards here that I'm counting.
Let's see, 4, yellow.
8. And only like 10 yellow cards? That's scary.
Yeah. The Dende is really weird. That's like out of place.
Let's see. 2 Crisis Crusher, 2 Crusher Ball, 3 Nimbus, 2 Cargo, Namekian Youth, 2 Kami, 2 Haru Haru, 2 TN. So it looks like he really just wanted to play a yellow deck, but really wanted to play Senzu Bean. Because his sideboard's like jam-packed full of yellow.
I mean, sometimes all you need are 4 Bean.
Let's see. Next, we have Eric Mack with, oh look, another Bonds of Friendship Son Goku deck. I'm not even going to go through this whole list just see if there's anything different.
I see a trend here.
He was mainboarding 2 Burnish Bonds Borgos and 2 Surprise Attack Frieza. So that's kind of neat. Also mainboarding 2 Ultimate Fusion Gogeta.
That's the green Frieza, right?
Yeah, the BCC promo right now.
Yeah. That card's seeing a lot of play.
When you play at GnG, you actually get those.
I mean, I have 2 play sets. They're in a box because I play Janemba and I don't really KO often, so there's no point in me playing that card.
He has also played 2 Purpose of Recovery. His sideboard has 2 Figure of Majesty, 2 Heavenly Wizard Demigra. That's going to be for the Broly matchup. Rest of it's all pretty
standard.
Yeah, all these lists for the
most
part are about the same.
2 TNs, 1 one one extra Aid.
Kevin Martinez with Broly. 4 Defending Father Paragus. 1
Ooh.
Broly Ultimate Agent of Destruction. 3 Broly Unrealized Ambition. 4 Broly Berserker Origins. 4 Broly Power Unleashed. 4 Broly Limits Transcended. 4 Paragus Rampage Trigger. 4 Paragus The Sacrifice. 2 Paragus Deadly Premonition. 2 Hidden Power East Supreme Kai. 2 Tragic Awakening, 4 Shocking Death Ball, 2 Planet Vegeta, 2 Frieza's Call, 4 Cold Bloodlust, 1 Wrathful Charge, and 3 Broly Control Mechanism.
I like how Cold Bloodlust went from being like a 2-card tech, 3-card tech into decks, and then this deck gets released, and it's just like an immediate 4 of now.
Yeah, I was always a fan of 4.
I was like 3.
I always like I just want to Bloodlust you every turn. I think a big reason why they're playing 4, though, is because if they let the Storm decks go unchecked, then they'll just lose, because they can't handle the Swarm. But you just Cold Bloodlust a Bulma and their turn's over. That is one reason. I think that's also a big reason why they switched to the Blue-Yellow Storm. Because if you tap to play the Bulma, they Bloodlust it. Alright, cool. Now you can just attack with it, bean up, untap the 2 yellow, and just keep going.
Yeah.
So that's good. Sideboard, No Escape Son Goku. Is he just expecting a whole lot of the red guys? The red Gogeta stuff?
Maybe. I mean, I can't think of anything else where it would be useful against.
I don't know. 2 Killy Zone. Yeah, I'm still really tired. I woke up at like 6:45 right before we hopped on.
Hell yeah.
2 Bad Ring, 1 Demigra, 2 Nimbus, 2 Tien, 2 Tau. That's pretty standard. Robert something or other. Another Bonds of Friendship. Alright, is there anything unique in this one? He is playing Dimension Support, which again I'm a big fan of. 1 Mira, just to end the game, which that makes sense. That's what Mira is usually there for. Because he is playing... Oh, because he's playing a yellow variant, so of course he has Mira, Champa, Bad Ring.
Right.
Like, there you go. You get them to 2 and they're dead.
I'm going to punch you in the face, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Like, if I played the deck, this is probably the variant I would play. Just because I like Mira, Bad Ring, Champa. Let's see. Cyborg. 2 Forced Ejection Mass Sand for the ramp decks. I don't think that's enough. I don't think you can really combat the ramp decks at this point. You just have to let them do their thing.
Right. So before going into our release event, like I knew Marcus was playing Veku Ramp, and I was like, I have 0 playtesting against this deck. So like I reached out to a few people, and like someone mentioned like Force Ejection, and then I talked to Frisco about the deck because I saw the video with him and I think it was Pat O'Neill. And he's just like Force Ejection and Dende just don't kill the ramp enough. Like you do it and you kill 1 energy and then they're gonna drop a Veku and replace it with 2, and it's like they didn't even skip a beat.
Yep. Like it's just not worth it. You're blowing a turn for nothing.
Right. So I just was like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna not even side. Like I don't side Dende and I don't side Force Ejections just because it's not useful. Like you just burnt 3 energy or 2 energy or 1 energy on a turn, and they're just gonna make it up next turn, and you can't do anything about it.
Let's see. Next we have Jordan Lowe's Vegeta Baby. Okay, here's something different. Let's see. 4 Vegeta prepping for fusion, 4 Son Goku prepping for fusion, 4 Preemptive Strike Goku, 4 Preemptive Strike Vegeta, 2 Harmonic Energy Goku, 3 Veku Contents Under Pressure, 3 Veku the Fragile, 2 Body Change Ginyu, 4 Support Attacks on Goten. That's going to be the super combo. 4 Gogeta Unparalleled Fusion Warrior, 3 Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta Fusion Onslaught, 2 Hidden Power East Supreme Kai, 2 Mira, 1 Frieza Army Reborn, 4 After Image, 3 Revenge Death Ball, 1 Is That All You've Got. This is a deck I have a lot of expectations for as the format goes on.
Yeah, I wanted to. I was talking to someone about it, and I wanted to try this because I do like Vegeta Baby. I didn't play Vegeta Baby like last format, but the new Gogeta card is really good. And I had been hearing like just like little birdies in the back talk about like Vegeta Baby with the Gogeta package, and like I wanted to try it and to see it, go this far makes me really happy and a little bit more
Right.
confident to try it.
The Gogeta stuff as a whole just does relatively well into Broly. So the more
Right.
successful Broly is, the more successful I expect this deck to be. It's just a matter of people working out the kinks in this deck and
Yeah.
perfecting it.
Yeah, because I've heard a few things about it can kind of be a little bricky or just too much of a clutter. And so if they can work that out and get it just, a smooth oiled machine, I think it can be a real good contender. Because
Right.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Gogeta Fusion Onslaught. That card is ridiculous.
Yep, just gonna attack everything, and you can't
It,
stop it.
that and like even if you don't attack with them, if you get them down to 2 life, you literally just have to clear their board and play it, and you win.
Yep. Let's see his sideboard. It's 3 hits in the sideboard. That's pretty much the only thing where everything else is pretty standard sideboard stuff. 3 hit though. Um, I wonder if there's a way to fit hit in the main board, or if you just don't want it in enough matchups.
Yeah, he might have played it just for like certain matchups in particular. So I don't know what I would cut.
I don't know, man. Hit's really strong. I think I might want it regardless.
It's one of, if not the best battle card in the game. So
Double Thoughtseize. Let's see. Andrew Mickelson.
playing Pan.
Pan again. So 1 M2. 2 Sankaba. It's kind of interesting seeing Sankaba make such a comeback.
Yeah, that card like
Especially when
dropped off the
Crisis
face of the
Crusher is
earth.
so popular. Like, Crisis Crusher's everywhere, but everyone's like, nah, screw it, playing Sankaba.
Yeah.
4 Intense Power Trunks, 4 After Image, 4 Everybody's Pal, 4 Super Combo, 4 Zarbon Hidden Potential. That's kind of nice to see. This is one of those cards I really liked out of Clash of Fates, but only saw fringe play. 1 Oblivious Rampage Goku. I think that's the Ape Goku. Like the Dragon Ball era Ape Goku. I want to say it's like a 20k crit ape or something like that. That's red. Let me look it up. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. It's a 3-drop, 15k. Activate main once per turn, burst 3, choose one of your red battle cards and KO it, switch it to active mode, and it has critical. So if you want to KO a red card, it's a dual attack critical, so that's not bad. I know Ryan's been really hyped on this card and been including it in a lot of his red decks lately.
That boy in red.
That boy's always going to play red. He's all over Super Shenron Veggies right now.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's see. 1 Glory Obsessed, 2 Quick Rush Trunks, 1 Impeccable Super Saiyan Kaba, 4 Double Shot, 4 Fearless Pan, 2 Digging Deep, 4 Chain Attack, 3 Hit, 3 Zeno, and 2 Time Patrol.
It's cool
Sideboard.
seeing Time Patrol pop back up. Like, I hadn't seen that card around for a while, and I'm
You
starting to
just
see its
have
use
to see
a
your
lot.
pieces on time. Like, you just have to. So, Time Patrol it is. Let's see. Is that all you've got in the sideboard? Heavenly Wizard, Demigra, Tau, Tien, minus Killy Zone. Okay, only 1 minus Killy Zone I don't like. I think it needs to be 2, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, side decking a one of that card
you have to
is
have
not
it.
good. Yeah.
Like,
That
you have
card
to
to me
have
is
it.
a minimum of a 2 of. Like, in Atlanta, I sided 2. I tried 3 and I didn't like it because then I saw it too much, and you really only needed like once or twice.
Yep.
But I feel like 1, I would never see it.
Yeah.
I would need it for that, cool, I'm dropping a board this turn. Where's my kill zone? And then that's a turn where you get bloodlusted, and you're like, well,
Yep.
I'm just not going to play the game.
Like, I just don't like the odds of seeing a 1 of for a card so important. Let's see. Next we have something Bishop. I don't know. Super Dragon Ball Leader. This is the old variant from last week of the Storm deck. So 3 Progenitor, 4 Dependable, 4 Bulma, 1 Adoptive
Yes, the
Father,
yellow one.
2 Fearless Assault Krillin, 1 Temporal Rescue Trunks, 3 Roshi Super Combo.
I don't know why I didn't play 4 of the Roshi.
Yeah, just pick 4 of one. 2 Mira, 2 Crisis Crusher, 2 Hidden Power Isekai, 3
Standard.
Successor, 4 Personal Ambition, 1 Bad Ring, 6 Ball, 7 balls. I don't know why he's doing a 1 of Peruvias. That's really weird.
It's the same one.
4 Child's Wish, 3 Radar, 4 Sensu Bean. Okay, so he kind of picked up on what Danny and Jordan Beard were doing, but wasn't quite all the way on curve with them. It's not to say, no, that doesn't mean his deck was worse.
Right.
But he wasn't quite on the same wavelength as them. He kind of was on the same wavelength by playing Bean, but not quite fully where they were. And I'm not sure where he placed, but just the way the format's evolved, I don't think you can rely as much on Bardock and Dependable.
Yeah, no.
You have to find other attackers.
People have picked up on striving, so
and the deck. The deck doesn't necessarily need all the attacks that it gets from playing the swap engine. Like, when you play the swap engine, before you take your extra turn, you pump out like 10 to 12 attacks. You don't really need that many when you're about to take an extra turn.
Right.
Like, once you hit your extra turn, pretty much all you had to do was go in for a double strike and you won. Now you don't have to do that. Like, you can actually just play it as a grind out game during those 2 turns, which makes more sense. Granted, I think it's going to take a little bit more patience and skill to do that correctly, but it makes more sense. His sideboard, again, looks pretty standard.
Yeah, he sided 2 of the preface.
Yep. Let's see, next. Marcus, brother, I don't know. Anyway, another Broly deck. Oh, no, this is the yellow Broly. Never mind. 3 Champa, 2 Will of Iron, 3 Geen, 4 Mira. God,
That's aggressive.
4 Mira? Jesus.
That's a little overkill for my heart.
3. If you want to jam 2 in a row, I think 3 would have been alright. But 4's a little much. 4 Videl, 4 Dependable, 4 Pure Hearted, Super Combo, 4 Roshi, 3 Progenitor, 3 Adopted Father. Even like 3 Adopted Father seems like a little much.
He played 3? Oh, I definitely thought he was playing 2. Yeah, no, I think 2's like the perfect number.
4 Successor, 4 Bloodlust, 2 Bad Rain, 2 Nimbus, 4 Planet Vegeta. I would have rather seen like minus a Mira plus a Will of Iron.
Minus 2 Mira.
I mean, 3 is okay.
I feel like 3's too much. I think 2 of that and 2 or 3 of the Champa is that magical sweet number where you see it enough, but you don't see it too much.
Trimming an Adoptive Father, even if it's just for another Bardock or like a Geen, like either one is fine.
Yeah.
Just 3 Adoptive Father seems meh. I mean, unless he just wants to play more as a blocker, but if he wants to play more as a blocker, then just play another game. Sideboard.
Ooh. Oh, this is the dude who sided into the Height of Mastery package.
Okay, yeah. So, I guess at that point, the 3 Adopted Father makes sense.
Yeah.
If he's going into the Height of Mastery package to play a slower game, like a safer game, he doesn't want to take the life from Bardock at all, so then 3 Adopted Father does make sense.
Yeah. He can just probably slide side out the Bardocks.
Right.
And then just go into the Height of Mastery and play I'm going to kill you on this turn play.
Right, like, now the only thing is, I don't like playing the Secret Rare without Universe 7 representative. So,
Yeah.
I probably would have tried to fit those in the board
Because
as
then
well.
you're super reliant on, okay, cool, I'm going to draw into this card.
Yep. Like, even if that means, trimming a Mira and something else for, like, and the 2 Striving Vegetas out of the board for some of the U7 representatives or something. Something to just help you get to the Secret Rare. Let's see. Next list. Eric Cornell. Another yellow Broly.
Yellow Broly. Another 3 of Adoptive Father.
2 Progenitor. 3 Dependable Sand Trunks. What the heck is that?
Oh, he's main decking the Height of Mastery. So this is the Height of Mastery, just like full on build.
What's Dependable Sand Trunks? Am I just forgetting what that card is?
Yeah. Let's see. I assume it's yellow.
It's from the new
it's
set.
the one. Yeah, it's the one of Search's top 3 for Sand.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. 3 Game, 2 Pure, 3 Pure Hearted, 1 Shugesh, 1 Dependable Dynasty. 1 Ultimate Potential, 1 Prodigal Dynasty. Yeah, this all makes sense. Yeah, he's just all in Hidden Mastery, so Grandpa Gohan makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's see, Mira, Trunks, Kami, Toki Toki, Bardock Fully Unleashed. Is that all in his main deck? Holy crap.
It's a lot of one-ofs.
That's a lot of black in general. Holy crap.
One, two.
And
Yeah,
Cronulla?
that's a lot.
Wow, that's insane.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black cards.
Jesus. Let's see, sideboard. Looks pretty. He is playing the Burst Energy, Super Saiyan Bardock. Does that make sense? Let's see.
Mirror, Gauzy, Tau, Tien. Ugh, fucking Tien.
So now I got Marcus Cantarsi, whose list is really hard to read because it's like tiny print.
Ooh. It's Super Shenron.
4 Bulma, 4 Roshi, 3 Bardock, 3 Dependable Dynasty.
This is the Super Shenron Storm deck that's sided into the Height of Mastery.
Yeah, 1 Ox King. Ox King has always been a card I really liked. It's just hard to find a home for it. We were sideboarding it and Super Saiyan 3 Storm last year before SS3 got banned. Other than that, it looks pretty standard. Again, seeing more Bardock Fully Unleashed.
Yeah, that card just making an appearance now. 1 in the main, 1 in the side.
And he's also sideboarding the Harmonic Energy Super Saiyan Blue Vegetas.
Ugh, that card is good.
Let's see, Andrew Vol, Janimba.
Oh, this dude's list is so weird.
1 Tau in the main board. That makes sense. You're really scared of hand destruction, so that makes sense.
Yeah, 1 or 2 of in the main is totally acceptable because hand control is the bane of Janimba's existence.
I am surprised to see 4 Janimba Agent of Destruction, though.
Yeah, his count is weird. He's running 4 agents and 4 he's running 4 agents, 3 reality, and 3 demon sword. So he's going for the I'm gonna just turbo mill, draw a bunch of cards and untap a bunch type route on it.
Fair.
But his list is weird because he's playing the 4 Janimbas, and then he's playing 4 Infernal Villainy Cells, but he's not playing Unbreakables.
That's kind of weird.
He's not playing the Unbreakables, and then there's something else. Whenever I looked at it earlier, that he wasn't playing, and it was off the wall. Like he plays 4 Villainies, mains 2 Strivings, 4 Psyches. Man, everyone I see is like running 4 of this card, and I just question if they are hating their lives running 4 of this card, because Psyche Demon just seems like he dies now. I haven't got off a Psyche Demon like Evolution, I think in a week, or actually since the set has dropped, because he just dies.
Because everyone's playing Crisis Crusher.
Exactly. So I either cut him. I think I'm testing just 2 right now, or I may have cut him completely.
Like I think he makes sense in the mid to late game, as just like a cheaper way to cheat things out.
Yeah, if you're going against like a slower deck, it's fine.
I think that's the thing. You just have to hold them till like turn 4. They're not a 1-drop. Like they're a 1-drop, but they're not a 1-drop.
Yeah. Playing him early is just a terrible idea, especially with like Tien right now. Like the way I play the Janimba deck is I'm playing as minimal cards as possible to where I have maximum energy open at the end of my turn. Yeah. Because if I get caught with a Tien, I want to be prepared.
Right.
I don't want to be like, I'm gonna do this, and then like Tien, and then shove my face in, and then I'm like, well, man, I sure wish I didn't, waste my energy on a Psyche Demon.
Lol.
He plays 4 Childish Hearts. That's standard. It's always like 3 to 4.
3 Demon Sword, 2 Vegito.
He main decks a Pilaf. Haven't seen Pilaf in a while.
Yeah, like they've been doing it since the tail end of last format, playing a 1 of. 2 Borgos in the main. Makes sense. Sideboard, 2 Godstrike, 2 at all costs, 2 Mortal, 3 Yajirobe, things like that. So that all kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I think Janimba is another one of those decks where it's just going to take a little bit of time for the deck to get completely solved.
Yeah.
Because the deck just might completely shift to a turbo mill deck.
And people are extremely discouraged to play the deck because they think that Tien, like most people think that Tien is like the end all be all card against this deck. And only real deck where it's just like, okay, cool, I do not want to get TN'd
Storm.
is the Storm matchup. Because
Two turns in a row.
if they do apply enough pressure, getting TN'd when they time walk is disgusting. Corey, the guy I played in the release tournament,
Right.
he TN'd me twice and I was able to survive. But that's because I literally spent my first 3 turns not playing the game. It was charge, swing with leader, pass. Charge, swing with leader, pass. And that was the only way I was able to have enough energy and like use my awaken to combo out of things and survive.
And using leader negates when you're not awakened.
You shut your mouth. I'm never gonna live it down.
Pretty much. I think that's actually the last list too.
Yeah, no, that's the final list.
So, looking at these lists, it's pretty scary how good the Kid Goku deck's doing. But with how popular that deck is and how well it's doing, that explains why we're seeing so many Chain Attack Zeno decks.
Yeah.
Because Chain Attack Zeno just gets over it.
Again, I need someone here to build the deck so I can test against it. And if RJ's watching this, I'm looking at you because you have every card. No one's like built it, so I don't. All I've ever seen for this deck is on stream, and typically it's playing against the deck that I'm just like, okay, this match is not entertaining.
Right.
And then I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go do something else. So like, I need to actually like sit down in front of the cards to really get down. Someone recommended that I side deck Crisis Crusher because if I Crisis Crusher their 1-drop, it really hurts them, and that's about as much as I know about combating that deck goes.
Well, you can just chain Zeno everything away.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what's going to be the big talk of, San Diego's this weekend? This is what there's going to be some chain attack deck that's doing really well. Now, whether that's Pan, whether that's Vegeta Baby, whether that's Hirudegarn, there's so many different possibilities. And I'm kind of curious to see which, like, it sucks. As much as I love the blue-black Hirudegarn deck, I don't think it survives this format.
Yeah.
It looks real bad into this format.
That deck was really fun. I enjoyed it.
The decks just get too big of hands for it to really combat. Now, I do think Hirudegarn Chain Attack Zeno could be worth looking at for San Diego. Just because reset their hand and put a card back every turn.
I mean, yeah. You can never go wrong with, I'm going to eat your hand, put it back, and let's just all start over.
Yep. And, you can reset on turn 3 against Broly. Granted, you probably will need to have Achilles Zone. But it's doable. What else is there? I already left the deck list. Let me go back. What other decks did well? I don't even remember. We just talked about all of them, too. Now, granted, it's probably going to do real bad into the Storm deck, but Red's always struggled against Storm.
Yeah. I mean, who out aggro's who?
Pretty much. I don't know, man. I might actually look into Red Blue Hirudegarn.
Do it.
It's something similar to what I played in Atlanta last year with Hits and Deborah's.
Yeah, I mean, I know Marcus wants to play like something involving like the Demigra package.
Yeah, he wants to play like Demigra Leader, I think is what it was. I'm trying to think. Well, okay, that's the thing too. The Red Blue Hirudegarn deck can easily play Striving.
Yeah.
So that's relevant. That could actually be a deck worth looking into. I could probably do that to kill some time. Still got a little bit of time left to stream.
And then I'm gonna have to shoot out here in a moment.
Yeah, you're good, man.
But I think it's crazy how what was it? Charlotte? Yeah, Charlotte finals was Broly, Kid Goku. Finals of Chicago, Broly, slightly different variation of Kid Goku. And I'm like, now that we've kind of have an idea of like what the format is shaping up to be, I'm curious if San Diego is going to be the exact same thing, or if we're going to see some different decks in the finals.
I think so. The thing is, when the events are this close together, and the events aren't as how do I word this?
Spaced out.
No, like I don't want to use the term competitive, but like there's not enough rounds.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is celebration events, so.
Right. So you have to take the results with kind of a grain of salt in a way.
So that means that that was the celebrations. Is San Diego a celebrations as well?
Yes.
Okay, so then that means
We
the
don't
next
have any non-celebration big event until like
until
June.
April.
June.
No, April.
What's in April?
April in Dallas Pro Play
Oh,
Games
I'm
Pro
talking about
Tour.
Bandai.
Yeah. No, the store prelims start in June, but I mean, the Pro Tour is going to be good because that's going to be a solid. It's going to be at least 8 rounds of Swiss. So we'll see something different take place there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Pro Play Tour will be a lot different because
You
at the
you won't
very
get
least, like
you won't get
Duvall and all them are going to come in more prepared.
right, and you won't get dirtied by like that awkward. We've got X amount of people. It should be this X amount of rounds, and we're
Right.
stopping at 6.
It's going to be 8 rounds minimum, top
Right.
16. All right, sir. Are you hopping out of here?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
All right. Goodbye, sir. Thank you for
All
joining
right, man.
us.
Thank you for having me. You have a good one.
All right, guys. Now that he's gone, I'll probably kill another 20-30 minutes. I do actually really think that Red Blue Hirudegarn is worth looking at going into this meta. I could be really wrong about that because, again, I haven't played tested this meta very much. I'll probably still just be playing Storm for a while, just because I played a lot of Storm last year when Goten was legal and had a fair amount of success with it, topping Nats and everything. So it's probably what I'm just going to stick to playing. But just in my head, just looking at the way some of these decks that are doing well work, I could see Red Blue Hirudegarn being a decent pick. Uh, if y'all think I'm wrong, go ahead and tell me now, because I'll try and take a look at the chat while I'm doing this. So, anyway, let's see. Let's just scroll through here. The Faithless, or whatever it's looting Bulma, could maybe be worth it. I'll go ahead and throw it over there just in case. We probably won't play it, but it maybe could be worth it. Definitely be playing the Trunks. Kaba is a possibility. Let's see. We'll probably want this. What's this kid do again? He attacks active mode. Yeah, that's not really worth it. These both, I think, just do dumb things. um. Hmm. This card could be decent post reset, just because it's constant pressure and it forces your opponent to answer it. So that could be worth playing. It's probably not, but it could be. Body change will probably be worth playing. Burst attack will probably be worth playing. Maybe digging deep. Vegeta Baby. So Vegeta Baby does well, from what I've been told, into Broly and things of that nature. And it's still seeing a lot of play in teams, but for whatever reason, it's not seeing much play in singles. Not sure as to why. The only celebration event we went to was Orlando, and Set 6 wasn't legal yet, so we didn't have to worry about all that, thankfully. Because we're lucky. Would we want this? Probably not. Let's see. This would be playable for us. No, if your leader card is red, just kidding. Not playable for us. We want chain attack, we will want hit, we might want Deborah. Unbreakable is a possibility. This Frieza could actually be worth playing post reset, just because it's a big double strike critical. Though in that same breath, you could probably just play Kefla, but probably won't even play the Frieza anyway. We'll probably definitely be playing that. Well, no, because we're going to be charging a blue. So probably not. She's going to cost us 5 reds. It's probably just not worth playing. It's probably about all the red cards. Let's go to blue. No, Flute's banned now. It's not just limited. I gotta remember that. Borgos is a possibility. Pan could also be a possibility. Dimension Magic. What does this Hercule do? No, that's not worth it. You could play Flame Cannon. I'll throw it in there, but it's probably going to be one of the first cards we cut. I love Flame Cannon, but it's just not good in the Chain Attack Xeno variants, in my opinion. Like, every time I tried to make it work, it just felt bad. There's our super combo. Maybe we main board striving. That's a possibility. Because it does only affect your opponent, and that's relevant. We'll definitely play the one of unyielding. Cards nuts. Probably won't have room for that. I know this card's good. What does he do again? This card's really freaking good, but we have Zeno, so like, This card's gonna see a lot of play though at some point. I'm not sure when or where, but it's gonna happen. This card could be worth playing in this deck. At all costs, maybe, but I don't think so. What's he do again? No. Okay. You'll definitely want Gogeta. Forgot about him. The card is absolutely bonkers. Oh yeah, forgot Zeno, obviously. Alright, so overwhelm options. We can probably main board 2 copies of Achilles Zone. Because since we're pitching with our leader, it's real easy to fuel the Achilles Zones and just use them as Upstart Goblins if we have to. As much as I'd like want to main board this, we probably can't. Just because of color constraints. No on the Crisis Crusher. We could go Time Patrol, or we could go Foo. Man, it's really hard to say. Because we can go Scientist Foo, or we can go... we could even go this route. Because he is free. So this might be the better tech choice, as weird as that sounds. Yeah, that might be the better tech choice. Let's just go with that as being techy. Let's just go with that for now. Because you can always change your overrun slot. That's not that bad. So obviously we're going to want 4 Trunks. Obviously we're going to want 4 Chain Attack. I think 4-hit is always correct in chain attack. If you're not playing 4-hit, there's something wrong with you. 4 bean, 4 hoy, 1 of that. So we're probably gonna have to trim that. Probably not play the Frieza. We're definitely not playing the Frieza because we have the Ultimate Fusing Gogeta now. Probably 2 of that, 2 of that. Could go maybe 3 on that. Cut the Flame Cannon. Cut the Awakening Talent Pan. 4 Dimension Magic. Cut the Borgos. Achilles Zone to 2. 2 Bardock Fully Unleashed. 3 Kaba. 2 Champa effects. This is where things get. Okay, so if we have all of that, then we don't need Digging Deep. You want at least 2 burst attack. Maybe 3. We probably just don't have room. Yeah, we don't have room for Deborah. I like Unbreakable. So, let's see. He's a 0.5k. So that's 2. I think we need some number of Unbreakable. Let's just start with 4 for now. Trim that for a body change, probably. Not 100% sure how I feel about this list. 7, 9, 11, 13, 17, 21, 25. 25 red seems fine. Actually seems pretty good. 4, 8, 12, 15, 16, 18, 20, 21. 21 blue is... Oh no, we need more Zeno. Oof. Trim a strive. Probably just trim all the strivings game 1. Yeah. And that means we can add a 3rd burst attack. Let's see. That seems fine. 12, 13, 15. So let's put us at 20 blue to 26 red. Actually seems like a really good split. I know this list isn't super spicy. There's like nothing from set 6 in here. Let me take another look at all the set 6 cards. I'm sure there's something I'm overlooking that would probably be worth playing. But maybe I'm not. Let's see. What does this card do? Super combo. What does he do? For pretty much everything in set 6 is just archetypal based. Ugh. They all have such strict requirements. Yeah, so there's like nothing from set 6 for us, really. What about all the promos? I'm trying to make sure there's just nothing I'm overlooking here. Yeah, I don't know if I want to fit all that in there, though, Marcus. That's a lot of deck space. Like, a lot. I also never really cared for Minosha Wanderer in the Chain Attack Zeno variant. Like, the deck felt way better when I got rid of it. But I see where you're coming from. Just like the card advantage, the card draw, and all that. What do you do? No, never mind. Hmm. Well, I mean, this is probably where I'd start, I guess. Just right here is probably where I'd start. At least testing the list anyway. Yeah, no, this seems fine. I don't think there's anything in here I changed too much. Trimming numbers on D-Magic I can agree with, but I think Storm's just going to get more and more popular, and I'm going to want 4-bean. Like, I think Storm is really good, and you're going to see a lot of it. Like, yes, Storm doesn't help you against those go tall, or not Storm, but Bean doesn't help you against the go tall strategies, like Broly, but it's going to save you a fair amount against Storm. Now, granted, that Storm deck's super degenerate. It's way more degenerate than old Storm was, so Bean might not be enough, but it's at least something. Dimension Magic will just help in the grindier, like red, which I would, if I was taking this deck to San Diego, I would expect to play against a fair amount of red, in which case I'd want 4 Dimension Magic. Just to help grind out the games. The sideboard could get real interesting, though. Dark Power, Black Mass Hands, all that stuff. Different Overrealm options based on matchup. You could argue to not play Kaba and play, maybe go for like a turn 4 Awaken without all costs. As long as you awaken on 4 energy, it doesn't really matter. You just need to make sure you're awakening on 4 energy. But so if you want to awaken with Digging Deep, that's also fine. Awakening without all costs, whatever. 3-3-2 seems fine, I guess. I could probably agree with that. But at the same time, like Brandon and I were just talking about, we don't think striving is going to be as impactful now that the Storm decks have evolved to where it's not as important. You know, where they're using preface and things like that to get attacks through. Like, granted, like it still helps a little bit, like you're not getting the crits from Krillin and all that, but like, if they go first and you tap out to play striving, you already lost. That's the only thing that like really sucks about the Storm deck. If you go second and you tap out for striving, you've already lost. Feels bad. Especially now that they, with the new variant, they've established how to consistently awaken on turn 2. That's really scary. That deck is insane. I guess we can take a look at side deck stuff. We had a few more minutes. So it's pretty much going to be a whole bunch of black cards, because that's what the game's turned into at this point. Side deck. God, please work with me, computer. Okay. So, 2 Killy Zones probably still fine. Especially the way we draw cards. Dark Power Black My Sand will come in here. Kami. I don't think we'd really need Cronoa. Like, I just don't think enough people are going to be playing Shugesh. Heavenly Wizard Demigra is probably going to be necessary. Tau is a possibility. Haru is a possibility, though it'll probably get trimmed out of our end. Tien. Scientist Fu for the grindier games. Shrouded for Janimba. I mean, that's a fair point. If they go first, you've already lost. That's a fair point. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything in here we might want. We probably want Borgos for the Storm matchup. That's probably about it for here. Mafuba, I guess, maybe. Anybody still playing whatever it's called, the Path to Greatness deck? Let's see here. Not really seeing anything else on one sideboard. Yeah, it looks to be about it. Okay, so you'd want 3 Dark Power Black. Am I saying probably just switch out Kaba with these? Probably 2 Kami. I think 1 Shrouded is fine. 2 Demigra. I don't think you really need Tau that much. 2 TN. Possibly 3. You can just trim hard for a Scientist Foo. Now is where we're starting to get to the tricky stuff. Yeah, at that point I'd just say YOLO on the Mafuba and go to 3 Borgos. So that's probably what I do on the sideboard. Granted, this was 0 testing, and I would need to actually test it to be more confident in anything. But that's probably what I'd go with if I took this to a tournament tomorrow. Seems about right. I don't know how good it would actually do. That's a totally different story. But we'd see. Alright. Any questions or comments before I turn the stream off, you guys? I see all my viewers are gone anyway. I'll just sit here and wait to see if anybody has anything they want to type out real quick. Ugh. Whew. Alright, so I'm going to take that as nobody has anything. So that's going to be it from me, guys. Thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Make sure to go check out the YouTube channel at Gamers and Geeks. Find us on Facebook at Gamers and Geeks Elite. Get notifications every time we go live on Twitch whenever we upload a YouTube video, whether that be for Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dragon Ball Super. Soon to be, there will be some minis teams. Anytime we post articles on Patreon, which is every Thursday, all that info will be on the Gamers and Geeks Elite page on Facebook. There'll also be giveaways here soon for that page and YouTube, so make sure to subscribe and like those pages. And thank you guys for tuning in, and stay elite.